All right, good. Wow. Good morning. I haven't actually talked out loud to anybody yet, and that was incredible. So, and kind of embarrassing. Welcome to Digital Devotions. My name is Andy. I pastor High Point Church. Thrilled to be here with you this morning. We are going to take just a minute and give people time to jump on our live stream today. It generally takes a minute for people to jump on, and then obviously as the day goes on, people watch it as well. So some people will be with us live, and some people will be catching us a little bit later. But good morning. I see Debbie Wood. Hope you're doing well. Big shout out to Florida. Miss you guys. Hope you guys are doing well and okay. And if you want to, by the way, as you're watching this morning, if you want to drop a little comment or a post and let us know that you're on or say, hey, we'd love to have you. I've been getting some Instagram messages here as well. I don't know how to actually make this available on Instagram as well without recording it, a completely separate one. So all of you who are on Instagram who are never going to see this, I'm sorry if you're not on Facebook. In either case, guys, while we give people just another minute, I would like to give a shout out to my coffee of choice this morning, Seattle's Best. I'm not sure what you're drinking, but that's what I am rocking in my Cardinals mug this morning. Um, Always get a little shout out to my STL people and STL crew, so good morning to you. Guys, I know many of you are stuck in your homes, and you might be trapped, so to speak, for the foreseeable future, just a little bit. Not to give you anything that induces panic this morning, but I want to throw a little light on some fun things that are going on. So first and foremost, if you are an iTunes guy or if you're an Apple TV guy, this is before we get into the Bible this morning. But if you have a little Apple TV movie TV show collection happening, you need to know that the Indiana Jones trilogy is on sale right now. And in case you missed it, so is Thundercats. That's right, the 80s show from when you were a kid, if you grew up in the 80s. Thundercats was one of the greatest cartoons ever. So it's on sale right now. And you will not be disappointed if you pick up Thundercats. Since you've got probably a little bit more time on your hands at your house, you might want to pick up a thing or two. So, all that being said, guys, here's what I want to do this morning. Turn to Joshua chapter 10, verse 12 through 15. This is moving along with the devotions that we've had in the past several days. And so in Joshua chapter 10, 12 through 15, here's what we have. We have Joshua. The Israelites are in a war with the Amorites. And we have really one of the most prolific miracles in all of the scriptures taking place right here. And here's what it says in verse 12. Joshua chapter 10, 12 through 15. On the day the Lord gave the Israelites victory over the Amorites, Joshua prayed to the Lord in front of all the people of Israel. He said, let the sun stand still over Gibeon and the moon over the valley of Ajalon. So the sun stood still and the moon stayed in place until the nation of Israel had defeated its enemies. Is this event not recorded in the book of Jashar? The sun stayed in the middle of the sky and it did not set as on a normal day. There has never been a day like this one before or since when the Lord answered such a prayer. Surely the Lord fought for Israel that day. Then Joshua and the Israelite army returned to their camp at Gilgal. So that was Joshua 10, 12 through 15. Now, in days past, and you can go and watch some of the other digital devotionals we've had from earlier days this week. But one of the things what we've been hoping to do is increase your faith and really move you to a posture of praying a great deal. Not only for right now, but really in the days to come. And this story in the Bible, I use the word story. Sometimes that kind of sounds almost fairy tale-ish, and forgive me, I don't mean it in that way at all. It's not a story like you would read, just a random book that you pick up. This is the Bible, and we believe that it's true. And these stories are true. They're true accounts. And in this particular moment, we have Joshua praying for God to do something that is utterly impossible, and that is that the sun would stand still, that it would give them time to actually fight, this particular battle. And it's an extraordinary miracle. It's incredible. Um, by the way, if you like to research history or you're into the archaeology and all the different things, this is one of those things I want to just encourage you with. When you see those posts where Christians have said, "Oh, we've discovered scientifically, that there's 24 hours missing in a day, and this proves that this story is true," that's not true. Okay, don't 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 fall for that. We do believe the story is true, but it's not something that you can verify right now with great science. That being said, this is an account where God does the impossible. And here's my encouragement to you. In the days ahead and in the days right now, we need a God who can do the impossible. If the only things that God can do are the same things that we can do, well, then he's not really God. He's a God that exists outside the laws that govern this planet. Why? Because he put those laws in place. And so we serve a God who truly is the God of the impossible. And we really need that right now. Now we're a week in here in Atlanta. There's a lot of folks who are doing self quarantines, but we're seeing the coronavirus has hit. I think it's 182 nations now, right? And as I say this, that could sound like I'm inducing you with anxiety or panic. And actually, what I want to do in this moment is remind you that even though circumstances can look bleak or they can look bad or things can look dark, you serve a God who does the impossible, who performs the impossible. And therefore, we need to pray to that God who is able to accomplish the impossible. That's really important for you and I to hold on to right now. The bad news is this. There's a good chance that things, specifically economically in our country, are going to get worse before they get better. And that's a difficult truth for us to acknowledge, especially in a nation where many of us have been doing okay, or more than okay. But there are hard times in front of us. And what we need to be able to hold on to is that we serve a God that even in the midst of difficulty and in the midst of hard times, he can do the impossible. Some of us you may need right now, it may not even be related to COVID-19 at all, but you may need a sun standing still type moment in your life. Pray for God to do the impossible. And you know what? Keep praying. And after that, keep praying. And after that, pray some more. And then get your friends praying. Get your pastor praying. Get everybody around you praying, and pray that God would move on your behalf. Why? Because he's a God who literally, miraculously can hold the sun in its place. He can do that because he hung the moon, and he hung the sun, and he hung the stars, and he put them in their particular orbits. So don't forget that you serve a God that does the impossible. What do you need him to do? Pray and ask him to do it, because he can. That's the beauty of Jesus Christ, who died for our sins and rose again on the third day, proving that he is in fact the Son of the living God, and that he has all power, and that he has all authority, and that he has all wisdom and all grace and all glory due to him. That is the Jesus that we serve. He is God in his fullness, God in the flesh, and he can do anything and everything. So don't forget it. Don't forget it, especially as we head into times where things might get difficult, that we serve a God who loves you, who literally sent his son Jesus for you, and he is a God that can continue to do anything and everything. He's a God that holds the sun in its place. Hope that encourages you this morning. Sure do love you guys. I'm going to be broadcasting pretty much Monday through Friday for the next couple weeks or however long we are, here in our homes. And with that, I hope you have a great weekend. I will not be on live stream tomorrow, but we will have a live stream service on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So you can follow our church, High Point ATL, to get the live stream of a Sunday preaching that's happening right here in my living room because we don't have access to our building or any of our equipment. That is on complete lockdown. So we literally are streaming from my living room. But it's a joy to be able to do it. And you know what? We serve a God that does the impossible. And so we are believing that God can still grow you and me, our church, our country. He can still impact and shape the world even when many of us are sitting inside of our homes. Hope you have a great weekend. Love you. Leave a comment. Share this if you want. We're going to be hitting this Monday through Friday in the coming weeks. Have a great weekend.